Start. Deceit can be said to be a false statement of fact made by a person knowingly and recklessly with the intent that it shall be acted upon by another who, on believing the same after having acted thereupon, suffers an injury. Stop. It is an attempt to deceive and includes such declaration and statement that misleads others or causes him to believe which otherwise is false and incorrect. Stop para. In other words, to constitute an offense under section 493 IPC, the allegations in the FIR must demonstrate that appellant had practiced deception on the daughter of the complainant, causing a false belief of existence of lawful marriage and which led her to cohabit with him. Stop. From a perusal of the FIR, we do not find that allegations made therein can be said to constitute any offense under section 493 IPC. Stop. There are no allegation of any inducement or any deceit to make the victim believe that she was lawfully married to the appellant, which misled her to have sexual intercourse with the accused appellant number 1. Stop. Only allegations in the first information report in this regard are that after the marriage was settled, the appellant number 1 started visiting the house of the complainant frequently and would mislead and instigate his daughter that relation is final and only marriage remains to be performed. Stop. On the fateful day, that is 16/8/2013, the appellant number 1 took leave and enticed and instigated his daughter, took her to his room and promising that she is being his wife, established physical relations. Stop para. A perusal of the aberments would go to show that ingredients to constitute an offense under section 493 IPC are missing from the aberments. Stop. The allegations do not even prima facie, call out any inducement of belief in the victim that she is lawfully married to the appellant number 1. Stop. And on account of this deceitful misstatement, the victim cohabited with the accused. Stop. Since the essential ingredients to constitute an offense under section 493 IPC are missing from the allegations made in the FIR, offense under the said section cannot be said to be made out against the appellants. Stop para. It is also to be taken note that whatever the allegations, in this regard, have been made only against the accused appellant number 1, which also do not constitute an offense, and there are no allegations in this regard in respect of other 5 accused appellants. Stop. The other charge against the appellants are under section 3/4 of the Dowry Prohibition Act. Stop.